Could you use a quick tip daily? How about a tip that can impact your day? My name is Raphael. Join me as I bring you tips by experts around the world. These experts have shared their knowledge and wisdom with me and will directly share them with you. Make sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment, and I would love for you to become part of the New Tip Daily community. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Hope you are doing exceptional on this Thursday, Meditation Thursdays. So, I do have Egyptian musk. This incense is pretty cool. Let me light it. Ah, it's lit. Nice. We'll let the flame engulf it. And then I'll shake it to turn out the flame. There it is. Almost. Oh, there it is. I don't know why. I just really enjoy incense. How are you today? I hope you're doing exceptional. So today, I want to talk to you about absorption, right? So welcome back to New Tip Daily, episode 159. It is Meditation Thursdays, and I do want to talk to you about absorption. I will be reading from Tao 365. You know, I really enjoy this book. If you look at this book, it's a pretty cool book. For me, it's always about the thought process, the thinking, what words can make you go deeper. So today, I am going to be reading on absorption. Here it is, right? Crimson light through pine shadows, setting sun settling in the ocean. Night follows the setting sun, they follow the fleeing moon. All too often, we tend to think of absorption as a static thing. Water is absorbed into a sponge, and there it stays. But true absorption is a total involvement in the evolution of life without hesitation or contradiction. In nature, there is no alienation. Everything belongs. Oh man, I like that. Everything belongs. Only human beings hold ourselves aloof from this process. We have our civilization, our personal plans, our very own petty emotions. We divorced ourselves from process, even as we yearn for love, companionship, understanding, and communion. We're constantly defeating ourselves by questioning, asserting ourselves at the wrong times, or letting hatred and pride cloud our perceptions. Our alienation is itself generated. Oof. Man, there is so much to take in with that saying, that whole paragraph. I didn't even read you the whole thing. There's more to it. If you ever consider it, get this book. It's really well worth it. How do we absorb things, knowledge, friendships? I like how I said communion, right? Communion, if you go to church, that means, that's one thing. But communion, the way I see it, is how do we communicate? How do we take other people in? How do we deal with another human being? How do we engage? So it's really engagement to me. That's how I see it. The most important person we need to engage is us. Every morning, I am engaging with me. This morning, I woke up, I believe it was 40 minutes before my, I really don't know why I put on an alarm. I just think I do it just for the fun of it. I woke up about 40 minutes before my alarm and I sat there and I started thinking about my dreams. And one of my dreams was that I was watching some people, I was taking care of them. And all of a sudden, we were by the ocean and I had to leave. And so I said, "Oh, look at the water. It is beautiful. But I can't just leave these people alone because I am taking care of them. I'm helping them. How do I take advantage of this situation? Why don't I invite them to partake in what I want to do? How do I engage them to want to go into the ocean, to feel the amazing water, the the feeling I get when I get into the ocean is I can't even express it in words. It's beyond. So in my dream, I was trying to figure out different ways to encourage them to enter the ocean before I had to leave that place, before I had to leave them. So, what words did I use? How did I encourage them? What motivated me may not motivate them. So, there's so much going on in my dream that when I woke up, I was thinking about it. And I said, wow, what a beautiful dream I had of trying to figure out how to motivate someone who may not understand the beauty in front of them, the essence in front of them. And in my dream, don't get me wrong, I got in the water, right? But how can I communicate that to other people who don't, maybe they have fear of water, maybe they don't like the water. So how do I not manipulate them, but encourage and engage with them in such a way to get them to move forward, to enter in this beautiful feeling that you get once you enter water. Are you afraid of water? Are you? Well, I hope not, because we do need to bathe every day. We should enter the ocean any chance we get. I know people are saying there's shark attacks and all this stuff. I'm not saying go deep in. I mean, listen, go up to your waist and feel it. Go up to your chest and feel it. Feel the energy that the ocean has. That's connecting in so many different ways. You feel the sand. You feel, maybe you feel a seashell under your feet. So connection, absorption. That's what we're talking about today. So, how do I absorb what's in front of me? How do I help people understand what's in front of them? So, for me, it's always, how do I engage? How do I absorb? Because in order for me to engage, I need to absorb. You know, in the reading I did before, it talked about a sponge, how it absorbs water and it stays in it. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. So think of your brain as a sponge, right? You absorb all these different things. And then what do we do with it? Do we forget it? Do we write it down? Do we talk about it? For me, it's always about communication. So every time I'm looking, I go somewhere, I listen to something, I absorb it. But like that sponge, in the reading, it doesn't necessarily stay. Yes, actually, our think about our brain as a filing system. It does everything you see, hear, taste, smell, all these different things, they get filed in this incredible filing system we have, this incredible computer. Now, can you pull it out at any given time? For the most part, yeah, we can. But what if it's someone you met 18 years ago and you knew their name? Maybe you knew them for about 3 months and then they left your life. And then you see them again and you're going, man, I can't remember their name. I can't remember their name. Oh my gosh. I'm embarrassed. Hmm. But instead of trying to remember their name, remember something about them. Start thinking of that, and that may bring up their name. The other thing is, I call it wringing out my sponge at the end of the day. I write things down. I mean, literally, I write everywhere. See? And then I transfer my notes. Here's another one, right? I recently wrote all this stuff, but these don't stay here. This is just scrap paper. Reason I wrote it in scrap paper is because I'm going to make more sense of it once I put it in my journal. And then, if you've followed me at all, you know that I'm a multi-journal individual. I journal on pieces of scrap. Then I put it in a paper. I mean, in a book. Then I take a look and I grab what's important out of it and I put it in a different journal. Then I highlight what I really think. Maybe 3, 4, 5 weeks later, I highlight what I think, and then I put another journal. Here's my highlighter. I'll show you what that in this journal. For example, let me open to it. So here you can see I highlight different things that make sense to me, right? Even though there's a lot of writing. And then here's some recent stuff I haven't highlighted yet because I haven't gone back to it. But for me, it's always about brain dumping or wringing out my sponge in paper, writing it out. Because once I write it out, it gets written in my brain even deeper. I get a better understanding. So for me, it's always about understanding what I saw, what I heard, even what I felt, my emotional feelings. How did I feel about this? So that's what to me absorption is, absorbing things, but to understand. How do you absorb things? What's the one thing that you like to do when you learn, right? What is it? What's that thing that we do when we learn something? What is that one thing when I read the Bible, when I read anything that pertains to, oh, Daniel Gomez, my brother, thank you for joining me today. So what's the one thing that always stands out for you? When I read in the Bible, I write things down. Reason I write it down is because I want to understand it better. And then I go looking for different points of view because people understand things way differently than I do. And that's why I go deep sometimes with my writings or my readings. Like I said, it's always about absorbing and understanding what it is. When I talk to a person, when I interview someone, I'm not there to interrupt them. I am there to learn from them. When I talk to anyone, the most important thing that I can do in any conversation, the most important thing I can do is listen. Listen. Listen with intent to understand, to absorb. So today we're talking about absorption. What is it that makes you happy? Listen, there's a lot of crazy things in the world today. We have to take certain things and stay away from, right? Push them away from us because they're not going to help us. If anything, they may be defeating us if we allow them. But don't allow anything to defeat you. You want to consider your life as short as it is. I don't care if you live to be 130 years old, it's still short. What energy do you want to live your life with? Who do you want in your life? When we consider the people in our lives, the people that impact us, the people who pour knowledge into us, or the people who always try to take from us, who do you allow in your life? I really, if anybody wants to take from me, more power to them. But I rather associate myself with other people who are givers. A giver is a person who gives without anything, without the thought of, if I give you this, you give me that. Remember, you ever ask someone for a favor and they go, sure, what are you going to do for me? Man, at that point, I go, I'll do this for you. But guess what? I will never ask that person again for a favor. And what I will do for them will be way more than they ever did for me, because I want to show them the value that I can bring forth. And don't get me wrong, I'm always willing to do favors for people. I get people contacting me all the time. Hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? I never ask them for money because they said, can you help me? If I am able to, I am there for them. I've spent whole days helping people. Now, could they have paid me? Yes. I went there with being open. And now I've had people who were takers and they didn't even, I went to an event one time. They didn't even offer me water. I actually had to ask for water. I said, by any chance, is there any water anywhere I can get? They're like, oh, yeah, let me get you one. But I already had been there 3 hours. They didn't even offer me water. Now, did I still give fully of myself? I did, because I already made the commitment to be there. So I gave to them. Can you believe when we do something for someone, we should do it from our heart? Don't get me wrong. I still need to make money. I still need to feed my family. So will I ever do a favor like that for that person? No, unless they pay me. And they will have to pay me well. So there we go. When we consider absorbing, this is the tip I give you. Absorb to make your life better. You make your life better by helping others. Thank you for today. Thank you for everybody listening in. I truly, truly appreciate you being here with me. Tomorrow is going to be another great one. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Do me a favor. If you like this show, like, subscribe, share this with your friends, family, colleagues, and your loved ones. If there's ever a tip that makes sense to you, let me know. If you ever come across a tip that you would like to share, let me know. I'd love to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Have yourself an exceptional day. Take care.